Well, I am very proud of our team today. I thought, again, they came out and were ready to play. I was impressed with Furman. I thought those kids competed hard. You know, they came out and attacked us right away and created a little bit of a soft spot that we had to adjust to, and we did. I was proud of our kids for adjusting to that. But I just thought we played really hard, made it hard for them to get into anything they wanted to do. I thought our ball screen defense was really good. And again, when you got somebody like Chloe that comes out and shoots it as well as she did tonight, 8 out of 10, 5 out of 6 from three. She had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 0 turnovers in 25 minutes. And that's a great job. We obviously shot the ball well from 3. Again, we're getting better and better out there. And it always helps to have that third person. Jazz made one out there today. That gives us a 4th. So it was just, you know, Jessica Carter came off the bench again, had a monster game inside. From a rebounding perspective, had 4 blocks. Again, defensively is learning to help us a little bit. So just thought we had a lot of contribution from a lot of places. Maya Taylor has 6 assists. I mean, we shared the ball, 28 assists on 42 baskets. That's really, really special. So again, I thought Furman, those kids really competed. A lot of respect for their coach and their coaching staff. It just, you know, I thought our kids really did a good job of taking them out of what they wanted to do, and we played pretty hard for most of the ball game.
Questions? Teaira, did you realize that you were 11 for 11 for the field?
No, not till after the game, and they told me.
How do you feel that you're doing a good job of setting up and really carving out position on the low block?
I feel like I'm doing a better job in establishing position early and not waiting until the ball gets to the wing and then try to do my work.
Anriel, 5 games into this, how do you feel like you're meshing with the team right now on both ends of the floor?
I think every day it's getting better. I still have some ways to go just as far as the chemistry perspective, but I definitely think that over time, like, it's gotten way better, and it'll keep continuing to get better.
Chloe, did you have any idea that you had a career high 112?
No.
When did you find out?
After the game.
Was it just one of those games where, you know, you feel like you're in a proverbial shooting zone, or did you feel really good before the game?
Not really. I didn't really think about my shot. You know, if I get open, I'm going to shoot it. And today we found the extra pass, and I was wide open. So just happy I was able to knock down those shots when we needed to.
Where would you say that Anriel is, maybe in relation to what your expectation is for her, this team?
You know, I think she does so many things well, but I think in our system and with this team, she's still trying to get comfortable and expand her game. You know, I think you saw her tonight. She came out and knocked down 2 threes and didn't hesitate, and that's certainly something that, you know, we've worked hard on. I think she'd tell you 4 out of 8 the free throw line is not acceptable, and that's disappointing. I think the thing for her is, you know, seeing the floor and being able to be a distributor. I think she turned down some opportunities tonight where she could have hit T on a high-low once. She had Andy open on the wing one time in transition. And again, that's a part of her game she's never really, it's not something that she's been asked to do, and we're asking her to do it, you know. And so there's sometimes when I want her to be, her and T, I want them to be a little more selfish and go make the tough shot. And there's sometimes when we got Chloe and Andy over there on the wing and they're open, I want them to have the ball, if they're double teamed or if it's a tough shot. So that's a part of her game that, you know, we're going to continue to work on and help her in seeing the floor. But, you know, I think she just continues to get better and better and get more comfortable. And, you know, our job is to get her to playing the way we want her to play. And again, she's not doing anything wrong. She just, I think there's more to her game that she can bring.
Coach, you talked in the earlier in the season about how much work that Chloe did shooting and getting ready for the season. Do you notice any her any more relaxed or willing to shoot? I know there's the different personnel, but she just looks like she's been asked several times about catching and shooting and just being ready and willing to shoot. Do you notice any difference from watching?
Well, one of the things that I wrote on the board today was the game honors toughness. Mental toughness, physical toughness. The game will honor that. Chloe Bibby's in the gym. That's why she's shooting the ball well. She's prepared herself for these moments. She's in there more than anybody on my team. She's there early every day. From my perspective as a coach, she's being rewarded. The game's rewarding her because she's putting in the time. And she's confident. She's got a presence about her. You know, she'll tell you, if I can get her to stop turning the ball over, I'm going to be really happy with her. Well, she didn't turn it over today. Not one time. And so that's where, you know, if that's what she's got to do, continue to make shots. She's shooting 52% from three. Well, that went up today because she's 5 out of 6. She's shooting the ball off the chart right now, but she's not, we don't want her to turn the ball over. That's the other piece. And so we can get that out of her game, the turnover piece. Now she's going to really be a productive player for us. And again, you know, you asked me about Anriel. This is her. There's other players on our team. They're impressed me by how hard you're playing defensively. Kids want to impress you by scoring. And so they end up taking bad shots, they're forcing shots. Or they turn the ball over. That doesn't impress me. Impress me by not being a dead end offensively. Impress me by playing hard defensively. Impress me by making the extra pass. That's what, and so the game honors those that do those things. And so I think she's being rewarded. The game's rewarding her because she's been working at it. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, she's in the gym, and that's why she's confident right now and should be. I'm confident. Hell, I'm hollering at her to shoot it in games when she's open. So.
Vic, last year's team was the highest scoring team, I think, in school history, and you lost 4 high scoring players from that team, but this team needs one more 100-point game to match that one. Does that surprise you at all that they've been able to score at the clip that they are right now?
A little bit, yeah. I'd say a little bit right now, but again, I think you've got teams down our schedule coming that are looking at it and going, okay, if we don't turn it over, can they execute on the half court? You know, that's where I'm at with them. Okay, we're great in transition. Man, this is a good team, maybe one of our better ones, if not our best. We're really good in transition. I got people that can spot up on the perimeter and knock down shots and shoot it with confidence. But if teams don't turn it over 31 times, 26 times, whatever, are we good enough to out-execute people on the half court and still score? And I think that, you know, we've executed the shots that we're getting. I think we're going to get in our half-court stuff, and I think we're making shots right now. And it's a whole lot easier to play the game when you're making shots. You know, when you're not every possession, you got to have a stop, and you're grinding out 60 to 58, 53, 50 games. So, and we're going to have one of those. It's coming. So can we win that game? Last year's team could win the close, low-scoring game, or they could win the high-scoring game. Either one, they could win that game. I think that it's still out there with this team, but we're going to find out in the next 2 weeks, you know, what we're capable of. 3 weeks.
Which piece do you think is surprising about how you are able to score right now? Is it the three-point shooting, or because I know you like to get out in transition and defense lead to offense, but what's the part I guess is surprising to you?
You know, I do think the perimeter shooting. I think that's something that's probably I'm most surprised about. Again, you got to remember, going into this year, I didn't know that we'd have Andy. You know, I didn't know that we'd have that piece. Chloe, again, I knew she can shoot it a little bit, but you know, she's obviously shooting it at a real high clip right now. You don't know how an Anriel, who's not been in our system and hasn't been in our offensive system, how she's going to adapt. And so, you know, it's only going to make things easier for T if we have other weapons on the floor, which we do. And, you know, Anriel jumping in there tonight and knocking down two threes, and that really opens the floor up now when you got 3 people that can stretch it. I mean, we're back to kind of that old way that we were a year 3 kids that can really shoot it. So, and Jazz is doing her job. You know, Jazz didn't do anything wrong. 6 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals. And I'm loving those numbers. And so she continues to do her job and be a bright spot for us. So we're getting good point guard play. I think we had 12 and I had 3 turnovers, so we had 12 and 3 between our 2 point guards tonight.
You said about the fact if teams are gonna get to the point where can you execute in the half court, you said the trick for you is offensively to see if you can keep Teaira and Anriel close to the basket in case there are the misses so they can clean up your mess, quote unquote.
Yeah.
The fact that she goes 11 for 11 from the field, some of them were on offensive rebound putbacks. What does that say about maybe the beginnings of having those offensive pieces in place?
Well, 2 things. One, you have to be really, I don't care how big the opponent is, you have to really be focused and not miss a shot. I don't care where you are on the floor. 2, I want to see her do it against some bigger kids. And so I think that's where we are right now, is that, you know, we for her, she's got to keep working hard because the big ones are coming. And so, trust me, all the naysayers are out there. I feel them on the back of my neck going, okay, let's see how they do in December. And so that's my message to my team is, okay, y'all, we're playing. I think we're playing well. I don't want to take anything away from our team right now. I think we're playing really well. We're sharing the ball. We're making shots. We're executing. We're finding the open player. But the naysayers are out there going, okay, let's see what in December looks like. And that's my challenge to them is, you know what, let's work so that we can answer that in December. Again, I thought we played well that first half at Virginia. Didn't play well the 3rd quarter, then we bounced back in the 4th. I think we've come back now and had 2 really good games where we came and dictated tempo. We dictated what the opponent could and couldn't do. And so I want to see us continue to do that. We still got problems, y'all, defensively. If y'all noticed, we gave up wide open threes tonight. We weren't in the same zip code with that kid a couple times. And so we've still got issues. We're not communicating. We take plays off defensively. We don't even know who we got, you know, on a dead ball. We can't, we had a group out there today that got people wide open. So we've got to figure that piece out. You can't take plays off in the big games.
Is there any reason why the jacket came off today?
You know, I'm sure that, you know, we lost a kid like 2 or 3 times, and she's wide open, and, you know, I don't hear anybody talking. I don't see anybody communicating. I don't see anybody pointing. Again, I got to get those kids ready whenever that time comes, whenever ready is, they got to be ready. So do I sit over there on my hands and just let them, you know, let them make mistakes? Or do I coach those kids as hard as I've coached that one since our freshman year, this one last year? I mean, no, I think I coach them. I let them know, hey, I'm going to need them. You know, we're going to be in big ball games where this is important. So I don't think you just sit over there on your hands and go, well, it's okay, we're up 40. I don't think you do that. I think you hold kids accountable and you coach every possession. I've always been that coach. I coach every possession like I'm down. And so, because I want us to win. I want to win a game and hold somebody scoreless. That's my goal. It ain't gonna happen. I get it, but that's my goal. I don't want anybody to score.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one for Teaira. The fact that Coach is saying that the ones are going to come in December, how do you feel that the double-doubles that you've had to begin the season, and obviously today, first time a player has gone 11 from the field in school history, how do you feel that the first 5 games are preparing you, and then I guess your teammates for those 4 games in December?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Could you rephrase your question? It was like 2 questions.
Do you feel that you've gotten off to a good start to help prepare yourself for the bigger games that are coming in December?
Oh,
We're playing well.
Yeah, yes, I do. I feel like Coach said, we're playing well. You know, you got people knocking down shots on the outside, which frees it up for me to go one-on-one the whole. And my one-on-one game is pretty good, so I mean, I'm confident in that.
Any other questions?
I can't.